What's up, everyone? Welcome back to Unquiet Live. We're coming at you from the Haven here in Pomona, California. And shout out to the Haven, shout out to Victor. And today we have a special guest, the LA band Grave Secrets. They are freaking killer. It was such a good set, such a good performance. You're in for a treat. But before we get into that, I want to let you know that today's video is brought to you by Distrokid. Distrokid gets your music into Spotify, Apple Music, all the stores and streaming services. If you're a band, you want to get some new music out there, use Distrokid. Use the link in the description. They have all these awesome features, and they're just like the best partners when it comes to putting out your music. A feature that they have that's super cool is called splits. So if you work with a collaborator, or you work with a producer, you could put like the split percentage, another artist, whatever. You could put their percentage in there automatically, and Distrokid pays it out right away. So you don't have to worry about that stuff on the back end. You could just focus on the art. It just makes it so easy to upload and get your music out there. They're just the best for that. So if you're looking to put out some new music, or if you're an artist and you're trying to switch to a different distributor because you don't like your current one, use Distrokid. Use the link in the description and get your music out in the world. Now enjoy Grave Secrets. Thanks so much for tuning in. All right. We are back with Grave Secrets. They're about to get into the first song, and then we'll talk to them. So go for it whenever you're ready, guys.
Sounds good. Thanks, man. What's up, guys?
I can't breathe. Some days I feel like I ain't me. Some days I feel like giving up. See, the problem is I wake up different ways. There's an issue when you can't make out a face. When you're looking yourself dead set in the mirror. 'Cause I'm way too anxious. Yeah, I'm way too anxious.
Thank you.
Hell yeah, that was so tight.
Thanks, man.
That was so tight.
Hope it's sounding okay.
Yeah, it was great. It's great to have you guys on. Thanks again for coming in.
Yeah, dude. Thank you so much for having us. Honestly, we're
Yeah.
stoked. We've been a big fan of you guys for a while.
Yeah.
So
thank you,
Stoked
you,
to
man.
be here.
Yeah, hell yeah, yeah. So the way I came across you guys was this last Deathlands show at the Echo, and it was cool because they did this thing where they didn't choose an opener, and they kind of did this contest where like bands could submit their music, and I mean they got like hundreds of submissions, and y'all were like the clear winner. It was crazy. Like it was like Deathlands was like, yo, you got to hear this fucking band.
Thank you.
So yeah, that was very cool. How was that show? How was that experience?
it was honestly, it was amazing. It was unreal. It was an experience that I think I can speak for all of us. Like we've been dreaming of an experience like that for a long time, and yeah, we think it's really cool that Deathlands did that and that you guys did that collaboratively, because you definitely didn't have to. You know, there are tons of bands out there, friends of friends of friends or whatever.
Yeah.
But the fact that you guys, you know, chose somebody and put us on like that, we really appreciated it.
Yeah.
It was really fun.
Cool.
It was lit.
Yeah. Hell yeah. And I feel like you guys were like the standouts of the night. It was crazy. Like people were texting like, who was that first band? Like who was the first band? Like that was fucking crazy. So yeah, you guys, I mean, you showed up and you like stood out. Like that was crazy.
Means a lot. Still don't believe like the compliments sometimes, but it's hard to believe. But thank you guys so much.
Yeah,
that means a lot.
absolutely. And I want to get back to that, but yeah, I would love just a kind of an origin story, like, you know, where you guys came from, how'd y'all meet, like who's in the band, like, but yeah, if you want to kind of run through the origins of Grave Secrets.
Yeah, sounds good. So, I mean, I think all of us have been into music since we were like kids, like since forever, every single one of us. And then, so Kevin, Jessica. Got
two Kevins.
Yeah, it's pretty confusing sometimes. Like, yo, Kev. Both of them turn around. But I think we all were like pretty well engraved into the hardcore scene in the Valley.
Okay.
Back in like the Cobalt days. So we used to, you know, go to hardcore shows, and we've always loved pop punk. And yeah, I think, do you want to say like a little bit about?
Yeah, so me and Vinny, we met through mutual friends. Kind of shared the same interests in music. Me and Kevin, we known each other for many years. I'm best friends with his brother, so we've known each other for a while. And me and Jessica, we met at the gym. We go to the gym together and stuff like that. Yeah.
Yeah, so we all kind of like randomly came together.
Yeah.
So we started initially in like this group specifically, because I've been in and out of bands since I was like 15, but this band specifically, we started as a band called No Spirit. And so that was in like 2020, and we put out a project, and it was almost kind of like a learning experience more than anything else. We just like learned a lot at that point and made a lot of mistakes and whatever. And then we decided to like recalibrate as Grave Secrets, because we noticed that literally no one else had the name. So it was like a cool name. No one had it, easy to search. So we're like, fuck it, let's do Grave Secrets.
Yeah.
And we've been like giving it our all, like grinding it out for like a few years now.
That's tight. Yeah, I think. I mean, it's cool that you talk about like being kind of immersed in the hardcore scene, because I think there's a lot of that in your music. Like, I was talking about this with Brian actually from Deathlands. There's this cool thing that's happening with bands like Drug Church and like Tidal Fall, like shit that you're obviously a fan of. Like, where it is kind of the pop punk emo stuff, but it's also like hard and like has that hardcore element, and that the worlds blend so well together. And I feel like there's not really anybody like out of LA doing it. So I think that's what got them so excited when they heard you, and then like seeing you guys play and hearing your songs, it's like, oh yeah, it's definitely there. It's like this cool blend of the two. Is that something that you kind of are inspired by? Like, is that like a sound you're trying to do as well?
100%. Like, I think we all love pop punk. We all love like this very specific subgenre of pop punk. We all know there's so many like subgenres of genres of genres, but we're definitely heavily inspired by, you know, like Joyce Manor is one of our biggest influences. Title Fight's one of our biggest influences, but we love like I think Turnstile did a really good job of doing that this year. They really blended like hardcore and like nice melodic music that you can listen to, and also like, you know, the pit goes nuts.
Right.
Like, that's kind of like what we want. We want like we try to write music so that we envision like people at our shows just going nuts and having fun.
Yeah.
Like Deathlands, like they literally had such a cool crowd at their show. So I like that kind of vibe.
Totally. That's great. Yeah, I think that's such a good energy to have. And like, I feel like when you write music with that in mind, it just makes the live experience so much more fun. And like, and from that, like, I think that's one of the most important things for bands coming up, is like being connected with your fan base and connected with those people. Like, no one's going to love you more than like the first 50 people that find you in LA and like come to your early shows and all that stuff. And so like when you're in it for them and giving them the best show and all these things, like it just clicks. And I feel like that's something that clicked with me watching you guys at the Echo, and like you're being there. It's like that energy, that like, I keep saying connection, but it is like a connection between you and the crowd. It's like so there. It's awesome.
That's crazy to hear, and like it means the world, because you know, like obviously when you're like a up and coming artist, like you can grind and make music and pour your heart and soul into shit and not hear any feedback for like a long time. So to hear anything like that, it means a lot, and it helps us keep going and keep grinding and play more shows and stuff.
Hell yeah. That's awesome, man. Of course. Yeah, well, let's maybe we'll get into a couple more songs, and then we'll come back and chop it up a little bit more.
Let's go.
Cool. Yeah, roll into it whenever y'all are ready.
All right. Left one.
like Dragon Ball Z balloons and riding bikes in the early afternoon. Sunflowers don't shine when they're in the dark, but when the sun comes up and I'm at that park, I think hard about our last departure. Every once in a while, I see things that make me smile, like Dragon Ball Z balloons and riding bikes in the early afternoon. Sunflowers don't shine when they're in the dark. When the sun comes up and I'm at that part, I think hard about our last departure.
Jeez, man, rock stars! My God, y'all are so good.
Thanks, man.
Robert's fucking hyped. Look at Robert. Oh man, that was so sick. You guys are such a good band. Holy shit. With which brings me to my next question and curiosity. Like it, so you were in a project before, and you guys were all like in different projects, because it feels like this band is like a fully, I don't know, like 20 years in, like seasoned, like great band. Like y'all are super tight and just, yeah, like, so how did, what were like the I know you talked about, God, I'm blanking on the name that you said before. No, what was the band name before Grave Secrets?
Oh, No Spirit.
Yeah. And you were in that, but you said you guys were like in other bands, and like how, yeah, like.
So Kevin actually has a project called All Feelings Aside and New Leaf, which is what that's kind of how we met through him being in those bands, and you guys should check them out because they're fucking sick. Not really actively playing anymore because we're doing this together, but he has a lot of music experience. Like this guy's a secret music guru.
Nice.
Like insane writer, like super, like just on point, and I would say he keeps the structure in the band.
But I could say the same things about him too. So
thanks, man. Thank you.
Honestly.
But I would say I don't know.
You're just all like great musicians.
Thank you. Jess is like a wizard. She could like play piano and shit, which is tight. Yeah, she could play like pretty much everything. And then Kevin just like brings the vibes, and yeah.
How often do you guys practice? I know it's a weird question, but like,
so since we've had a little bit of steamrolling with shows, and then plus the echo, and then also knowing that we were gonna come here, we have been like really cranking it up and trying to practice at least like 2 or 3 times a week.
Yeah.
But like full on like 3-hour sessions at the studio.
Damn.
Trying to get like granular with every section, and yeah, we want to sound as tight as possible, and we're still not like exactly where we want to be, but we're working harder and harder every day to try to get better.
We're enjoying it. We're enjoying the process.
Yeah, it's fun.
Totally. And speaking of studio, we were talking a little bit before, but your engineer is Alex. Shout out to Alex.
Yeah, Alex Estrada.
Alex Estrada, yeah.
He's an absolute legend. Like he did Joyce Manor's first record. Their second record is a lot of like some of their later songs. He did some stuff on their newest project. He did Touche Amour's first record also, and he's worked with Jeremy Boehm a lot since. I think he just had him at the studio like a month ago for some other stuff. He's done tons of your favorite bands, and what's cool about Alex is like he doesn't just like sit there and press record, and like if you like it, he'll be like, okay, cool, whatever. Like, so let's skip to the next thing. He's like, no, like you need to do that again.
Nice.
This is off key. Like, do this like this. Like, yeah.
Bar is high.
He's a guru. Yeah, he's a guru.
Yeah,
sure.
That's great. Yeah. So have you guys have just self-recorded, self-released everything? Like it's all.
Yeah.
Okay. Damn.
Yeah. It's all been.
I mean, with Alex.
With Alex, yeah. It's just been. He's like I said. He was in Silver Snakes, which they went on tour with like Coheed and Cambria and Korn, and like they did big tours like in Europe and stuff. So he has a lot of experience. So I'd say he's like helped guide us along the way a lot.
Yeah. That's
just like helped us release stuff.
That's dope.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Well, labels will soon be calling, I imagine.
Hopefully. Yeah.
So what? So speaking of like tours, and the Echo show was fucking killer. Like, I saw you guys were in DBA last night. Like, you're pretty active. Are there any like immediate goals or like things that you want to do with this band? Like, have you toured outside of California yet? Is that something you want to do? Like, what's the Yeah, what's the energy?
Well, I mean, we would love to. Like, we're down for it all. We're down for anything. I think it's just a matter of like having those opportunities, and we don't just kind of sit and wait for opportunities. We try to create as many of them as possible. But I think this year our goal is to play more shows like the Echo Show. Like, that was one of the coolest experiences we've ever had. So more shows like that would be dope. We'd love to tour. We'd love to. I mean, yeah, we'll hop on a tour with anybody. Like, we'll open up for anybody, go on tour and just have fun. We'll do it.
Sick.
Yeah. So
Hell yeah.
ideally, yeah.
And then the last thing, just as, again, this is kind of just a get to know you type of interview, and it's just so cool to learn about you guys and like where you're from and how you're all coming up, like, because it's just exciting. But I wanted to ask just about your songwriting, because the songwriting is great, the structures are great, like the lyrics are great, the melody, like everything is awesome. How do you guys do that? Do you get in a room all together and just jam stuff out, or do you like write stuff on your own and bring it to the band, or like when do you know?
Yeah. So like ideally, I think like Our Last Departure was written live in the studio, and that's a fun song. Anxious was written in the studio, which is one of our favorite songs. So that's kind of how we're trying to do it now. I would say like in the beginning, it was a lot of just like either him or I in our house. We would just track something on Logic, bring it in, and then try to flesh it out with the band. But I feel like in order to deliver something that is like what we're going for, which is like fun for the crowd and stuff, it's important. Like we want to focus more on writing all together in the studio.
Yeah.
That's kind of what we'll do going forward. But previously it's just been like at home.
Yeah, sick. Yeah, Anxious is fucking great, by the way. You guys just dropped it, right? It's like
the
Anxious. Newest track. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a jam.
Fun. It's fun to play.
Yeah. Is that, do you feel, I mean, I know most bands are obviously like excited about their most recent stuff, but would that be everyone's favorite song in the band, or is there any of the older ones that y'all love?
I think that's collectively probably our favorite song to play.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
We all have fun with that one.
Yeah.
Just like to get nuts.
Yeah. It's a good one.
Thank
man.
you.
Well, shit. Yeah. Do you want to get into one more song and then we'll kind of wrap some things up?
Yeah. Are we doing, this is the cover, right?
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
cool.
If you want to tell us what it is, I don't know.
Yeah.
Give the backstory. I don't know.
Yeah. Okay. So I don't know if you guys have heard of a song called "You're a Liar" by Jamie Roden. Jamie Roden is the singer, one of the singers of Title Fight, and he wrote this like acoustic song. Sounds like he recorded it on a potato, and put it on YouTube like 15 years ago. And if you know, you know. Yeah, it's a cool song. So we made like a full band version of it. So don't sue us, Title Fight.
Talking sheep, the lights are weak. Oh, to bed, don't even speak. You're a liar. You're a liar. You make 10,000 bounces, rage off balance, small problems make. Can't do without your problems. You're a problem. You're desperate at best. All you do is complain. I apologize for all the time I tried to help in any way. And oh, did I mention your cry for attention are driving me insane. I can see the lies are weak, so depressed, don't even speak 'cause you're a liar. You're a liar. You make last matches, red just found a small promise thing. You can't do without your problems. Your problems. So lately, I've mainly been looking back to the past days and the past bringing out a picture that no one notices. Your wishes, they don't even make a mark. They're just the stupid things that you bring shadows in the dark. So while you're running your mouth and saying things that are true, I'll sit back and relax and realize how worthless I am just for you. 'Cause all I'll say is this is the end of what we hustle and silly your best friend.
Cool. Thank you.
Yeah. Damn, that was good. Man, you guys are going to be seeing so much more Grave Secrets. Holy shit.
Thank you.
I feel like you guys will be playing with everyone, man.
I
You
hope
should
so.
be.
It's
Yeah.
sick.
You'd be on the next Joyce Manor tour. That'd be
Oh,
crazy.
dude, you're just gonna make me cry, dude. Stop.
Well, shoot. I mean, yeah. Thank you guys again so much. Was there some things you wanted to maybe talk about? Any like upcoming music or show plans, or just like what 2023 is looking like, or anything like that?
Yeah, we have a bunch of new stuff that's like pretty much being mixed right now. So we're always pumping out new stuff. So look out for our next record. It'll probably be Q1 of next year, like
Cool.
maybe like March or something like that. We're working on a music video for I Don't Care. And yeah, if you guys want to hit us up for any shows, hit us up. We're always down.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
People
I
will
think that'd
definitely
be
be down. Please book this band. Please
Let's go.
book this band, y'all. Sick. Okay, cool. Anything else from the band before we sign off?
Thank you.
Okay,
That's
tight. Y'all good?
Yeah.
I have just a quick shout out from my end.
Cool.
One and only Guayaki,
You
Yerba
know.
Mate. Thank y'all for being sponsors of the show, for keeping us alive, and for hooking up the bands. Actually, you hooked up the bands at the Echo show, which was super tight. We really like this whole giveaway and thing. So drink some Yerba Mates for the homies. And yeah, DC Shoes too. DC Shoes have been keeping us alive for the past like 2 years. I got some kicks right now. We'll send some kicks to the band too. And then last but not least, Topo Chico Mineral Water, of course, the best mineral water in the game. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it from my end. Any like last comments? Any shout outs? Any
Yeah. Shout out to you guys and Deathlands, both of you guys. Thank you so much
Hell yeah.
for giving us a part of your platform. You know, I know you guys grinded it out for that, and to share it, it's a lot. So we appreciate it.
Yeah,
That's it. Thank
That's
you.
awesome. Yeah, Deathlands will definitely. I imagine they'll be hitting you up again to play because they were all blown away. So
Hell yeah.
yeah, Deathlands. Brian, the lead guy's like partner. She's kind of. She runs merch and does like a bunch of stuff with the band, and she was like blown away.
Oh,
So when you win the hearts of them, like you're in, you know.
Yeah, Brian's a legend. He's such a sweet guy. Yeah.
Yeah, Brian's
Shout
the
out
best.
Brian.
Awesome. Well, thank you guys again so much. And Grave
Yeah.
Secrets, we'll be seeing a lot more of you soon. And yeah, thanks again.
Let's go. Thank you.
All right.
Peace.